All right then, so I think this is going to be something like bike 30. And I haven't really decided what I'm going to do by way of what I'm going to put up on the channel. I think probably I'll put them up fairly raw and just provide chapter headings which point to major kind of showdowns, major threats, so that people can just jump through and see what happens when things get really, really nasty. Anyway, I think the right thing to do this time is to start over here. There was a rollover, but I can't remember what it was, so I'm just going to forget about it. Double for the loss. 1, 2. Oops, damn it. It just happens so often that it must be my fault, but I just don't get it, you know. +1, +1, +1, and now this is my plus max. You can do what you want. Do it again. Okay, we will chase that because we only had 1. Never double that. All right, so we came out of that all right. So back to the min. Double for the loss. 1, 2, third. 3, 2, hoppity. P1. P2. I often think the smart thing to do is not to hop until the bet gets high, you know, at least 1,000. But I keep forgetting to do that. So that's P3. 3, 2, I think. So we better call it 3, 5. Second, no. All right, that was cheeky, but it worked. Double for the loss. Repeat. Minimum. +1. +1. Oops. All right, we ended up with +2 there, didn't we? So that's going to have to be a repeat. What was that? Damn it. This time it's entirely my fault because I forgot to even go over there and whatever. So, I really do hate ties. I hate commission and I hate ties. What did I do wrong there? Something wrong. I think it's going to have to be 5, 6 for the turnaround. Well, we squeaked that one. Naughty us. No, I did not know what was coming. 1, 3 is the next bet. Oh, look at that. Banker is working for us right now. We've got 16 wins, 10 losses, 14 players, 16 bankers. So, yeah. All right, double for the loss. Repeat. Minimum. Double for the loss. Repeat. We can go 3, 5 now for the tie. Damn it. It's just wasted time, you know, it's just a pain in the ass. Okay, so 8, 10. Last bet. Turnaround bet on the bank. Okay, so that's 8-10, so that's 2-1. Let's go over to blackjack for the 2-1 because we haven't had any play there yet. God, speed it up, wizard, will you? Oh, my bad. Not that it makes any difference. 3-2. 5-4. Here we go. 5-4. So that's 13-8. I'll do a drop for a bit. So that's got to be 13-8. 3 is the drop. I don't believe it. Well, I do because I just saw it. 16-8. Getting into deep shit here, aren't I? Look at that. 16-8, so we're looking at... that's another 24. So that's 50-25 going over to Baccarat. Damn it. I haven't had a nasty like this in a while. 50-25. 25. Guess it better be 25-30, hadn't it? Cross your fingers. I mean, remember, there's no possibility that just because of what went before, something's going to happen. Every single bet faces the same negative expectation. So now we're on 25-30. Odds are we'll lose this. But we didn't. Silly us. Okay. So I guess we'll go back to the minimum. And don't give me any guff about you couldn't go back to a $25. I've been trying to explain for all these years. It doesn't make any difference. Moving tables, whatever. So why bother to start a new shoe if it doesn't make any difference? And it doesn't make any difference. So there you have it. Yeah, we made out rather largely there. So that's double for the tie. Now back down to plus max, which is my plus max. Now we repeat it. So now we're on 3-4, third on player. 7-4, hoppity hop. P1. Okay, now 3-5 for the commish. 8-10. That's us out of trouble over there, so we go back to the min. But you know, it does seem difficult for people to understand this whole pattern thing, and I don't get it. I don't understand why it's difficult because it's so observable and so obvious. But the guys who tout for the casinos on YouTube as so-called professional gamblers are in the business basically of ignoring all that sort of stuff and just every time going to the table as if they've just got off the bus or the plane or the whatever. It's just maddening. It really is. Double for the loss. Repeat. Minimum. Not quite sure why I'm on banker, but that's what it said. Plus max. My max. Try again. Try again. Okay, we're now on 3-5 over here. 8-5 to player. 8-5 it is. 3-4. 7-8. All right, out of trouble there. Coming to the end of this shoe. Double for the loss. 1-2, third. Bugger. All right, well, we'll save this one. I think we did all right there, didn't we? We got 34 wins and 27 losses, so that's always a good thing, right? 34 into 60,500 and 27 into 5,200. So, I mean, that's pretty silly, really, isn't it? But everything is shaken up by this, doing this sort of biking from one game to the other. So that sort of, messes the whole thing about a bit. I mean, we were before never seeing this kind of thing unless there'd been a huge loss beforehand. But anyway, there you have it. 33 into 60,600 and 27 into 5,200. So no question that was a higher average win than average loss. We're up on this shoe 55-4. Over here we got hit badly. 23,000, so we're up 32,000. And this is only 12 minutes, so I guess what I'd better do is go back to a minimum bet over here. Double. Just weird, isn't it? It goes against you. I mean, this is a shit shoe. There's no doubt about that. Okay. 5-4 drop. Uh, 5-4 it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 22, 5-4. Just 1, 2. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 5, 6 second, I think. Oh, did that go? How did it go to 8? Oh, because there was 200 there already. Okay, 5, 6. Here we go. Oh, that was nice. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. That worked. Minimum. +1. 51 second. Oh dear. Repeat. Wasn't expecting to see any money out of that, I tell you. One, 2 second. 3, 4 third. Oh, very fancy. We like those. Okay, minimum. Double for the loss. Repeat it. Always want to hit those. It's back to the min. +1, +1, +1. Suddenly we're getting a little streak going for 5 minutes, or 2 minutes, or less. Plus max, your choice. That didn't work. Repeat it. Back to the min. Split 'em. Well, that was wonderful. And that was wonderful. And that was wonderful. So everybody's happy. +1. +51 second. Oh, look at that. That's definitely a repeat, isn't it? That's a double down. Oops. Getting better. 22. Let's go over to our cold seat over here. That's good. And start another shoe. Yeah, I think in the spirit of practice makes profit, I'm just going to put all of these sessions up in a huge wave. Minimum. Double for the loss. 1, 2, third. Well done, player. Nicely timed. Repeat. 1, 2, second. 3, 4, third. 7, 4, hoppity hop. 3, 5 for the turnaround. 8, 10 for the turnaround. There we go. Patterns, patterns, patterns. Oops, slightly more than I should be. Okay, back to the plus max. Do that again. Next time we just fall back to the min if we lose. We don't double that. My word. This is looking good. Keep this up until I'm old and grey, please. Oh, wait a minute. Let's not talk about that. Double or +1. See, I could have kept that going, but I'm just not greedy. It's not my nature. Except sometimes. Okay, do that again. All right, we'll count that as being back to the min. Double for the loss. Yeah. I'm not sure I should be doing that on the bank. I think I should be bumping that up a bit, but I haven't got there yet. Double for the loss. Double for the tie. Repeat. All right. Double. 1, 2. Oh, fuck. So sorry. Ever so often a little F-bomb will slip out. 3, 5, third. 8, 5 coming over here. 3, 4. Like I say, I'm not greedy. I like to think. Looking at 21 minutes right now. Lost that one. Repeat. 51. Repeat. 1, 2. Good enough, I think. I don't know why, but it is. One, 2. 3, 2 over to the dark side. P1. P2. That's why I think I should just not hop less than 1,000. The same will apply anyway. So, was it 3, 2? Now 3, 5. All right. Back to the min. Still way ahead in wins over losses. So this is sort of blind chimp time. Double for the tie. I mean, anybody could win with a run like this. Double for the tie. Chase it. 2, 4, third on the bank. There we go. Minimum. Double for the loss. Repeat. 1, 2. Try again. 3, 5. The last bet on the bank. Damn it. 8, 5. So we'll have to go to blackjack to sort that out. We did all right though, I think, there. Not spectacularly, not quite as well as the last time. All right, so we got 34 into 5, 6 and 26 into 3, 8. Yeah. Bit of a muchness there, I think. Not sure about that, but anyway, we will find out in the fullness. What was it I was supposed to roll over? Oh dear. So it's 8, 5, isn't it? It's 8, 5 rolling over. This is what I love about this. You can go back, even here, you can go back and check the individual bets. It's a very, very clever platform. There's no doubt about that. So 8, 5, and we're going over to here. 8, 5 it is. Well, that's helpful. I think we'll call that 1, 2. All right. Okay, so at 25 minutes, we're looking at, let's have a look. 11th of April, BJ minus 20,000, let's say, no. So that's 388 minus 2388. And then back is basically pretty silly. It's plus 57, 237. 8 from 7 is 9. 8 from 12 is 4. 3 from 11 is 8. 6. I believe that comes out at a win of 36,849. Definitely inflated by the roundups, but the whole process there is simple enough. As soon as you've got a high, you're into, say, above 1,500, then your increments are 500. Above, say, 3,000 maybe, your increments are 1,000. And so you keep doing that, the whole objective being that when you do turn around, you make a profit which far exceeds your minimum bet. And the thing that the casino sort of misinformation people, the mythomaniacs, the liars, the trolls, the shills, frontmen, barkers, whatever you want to call them, what they love to tell you is progressive betting is a terrible idea because you escalate the bet way too fast and you'll run out of table limit and you'll run out of money way before you actually succeed in turning around. And of course, it's absolute nonsense. And the other thing, of course, they love about the martingale, which they quote all the time, is that you go to all that trouble and you only win 1 unit, which, of course, is in itself a disingenuous piece of BS, because what you win is all your prior losses returned in one bet, plus a very small profit. Now, I'm not greedy, but I'm not interested in a very small profit, as you can see from the way that I've been rounding up this time. But it's only once you get into heavy-duty bets that you have to start thinking about, okay, so let's round up in 500s, let's round up in thousands, and then round up in 5,000s, and round up in 10,000s, and so on. But I'm not promoting the idea that everybody after 3 losses should jump to another table. I've shown you the drop in blackjack repeatedly. I've shown you the hop in baccarat repeatedly, and all I can do is keep putting this stuff up. Eventually, this method is going to catch on, even if only with a handful of people. But if that happens, and I believe it will, and if it starts to damage casino profits, to sort of like to make them start thinking, well, maybe we've got a worthy opponent here, then I will be happy. And I guarantee you the casinos will think of all kinds of fancy ways to put a stop to this. They'll sort of say, okay, well, we recognize this guy from facial recognition software. He's one of those people. He's the enemy. So he's only allowed to flat bet. And that'll have to be tested. Eventually it'll come to some kind of a head. But there's nothing to stop anybody from just going to another casino if they get into difficulty. There are casinos all over the country and all over the world. And this is a profitable enough strategy to be able to cover the costs of world travel, if needs be. The only thing that bothers me, of course, is that there are certain parts of the world where it might be wise not to take this, because there are some parts of the world where apparently they take being beaten rather seriously and do more than simply barring. And of course, the The famous thing is this nonsense that casinos in Nevada like to pull out, where you will be barred from these premises and you will be sued for trespass if you come back. Well, that is against the law. It's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. You know, these are places that are open to the public, so you can't walk in. You can't say everybody is welcome and then try and bar certain people, and then after they say to hell with that, try to sue them for trespass, because it just doesn't work. You would then have to show that entry to the casino is by invitation only, and you would then have to show that it was personal invitation, so that everybody who walks in the door and sits down at a table would have to be personally invited, so that you could then say, okay, this person was invited on so-and-so date with this letter, this email, this text or whatever, and therefore somebody who does not have an invitation is a trespasser. That would be an interesting thing to test, but it's probably never going to happen. You know, because the casinos, they're in too much of a hurry to make too much money, so they're not going to mess with shit like that, I don't think. I don't know. What do I know? I'm apparently being sued by Vegas Matt, who's got better things to do with his time, I would think. But according to YouTube, he's put in a complaint about me infringing his copyright on something that's, I don't know, months past. It all seems very strange to me, and I suspect it's nothing to do with Vegas Matt. But hey, time will tell. Anyway, that's it for now. Bye-bye.